Hey, it's me. It's animated me. I'm your host, Andy Burrows, and it's time for another episode of Completed It. Movie reviews, pop culture, celebrity guests, and all that good stuff. Oh, and my good friend over there, Sasha Alari, as my co-host. Hey, Satch, hit the titles, brother. Everybody, welcome back to Completed It. It's time for another movie review. I'm your host, Andy Burrows, and as you can see, Mr. Coppin, Mr. Neil Coppin, how are you, sir? It's
I'm
time to
doing
review
good,
another
sir. How are
movie.
you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It seems a little while since me and you have actually reviewed a movie. It's been a while
Yeah.
since we've been doing Marvelous Mondays and interview guests and etc. etc. Nobody 2
hmm
hit the cinemas last week, I think August the 15th, somewhere around there. Hutch was back kicking ass as
Yeah.
only he could. I really enjoyed this movie, mate.
So
It
that.
was, do you know what we say sometimes? It's sometimes nice to go to a movie, you kind of know what you're gonna get. You
Mhm.
haven't really, it's not like some Marvel movies where you're thinking, fuck, I've got to concentrate here.
Yeah.
I've really got to concentrate because I've got to know what went on there. You know, with like a nobody movie, that you're gonna get blood, guts,
Mm.
little bit of comedy, slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
Someone
Old man
described it.
kicking ass.
Yeah, someone described it to me as Laurel and Hardy with action,
Okay.
and I was like, interesting. So nobody to Hutch is
Mhm.
back. He basically owes a debt of $30 million for the Russian money that he burnt in the end of the first movie. He's
Yes.
working to pay that back by basically kicking everyone's ass that
hmm
George from EastEnders tells him to do. Anyone who watches EastEnders, you'll know that George is one of the main characters in Nobody 2. Um, what did you make of it, Neil? I thought it was a really good
Loved
movie.
it.
It was easy watching. The premise is that Hutch, his family, have had sick and tired of him. Well, we could all relate to this. His family are sick and tired of him just working non-stop. They
hmm
want a family vacation. And
Yeah.
by the way, this is spoilers. Anyone who hasn't seen it, off you go. Come back
hmm
later. Hutch takes his family on a vacation
Yeah.
to where he went as a kid. He basically trying to chill for a week. All he wants to do is relax. Never going to happen. It turns out that the owner of the theme park, Sharon
Yep.
Stone, is corrupt as hell. The police event, Hutch basically has to save the day, and his
hmm
family are involved as always. It is a kick-ass slash comedy slash easy peasy hour and 29 minutes of movie. Not brilliance, but it was good. It was
Yeah.
fun. I enjoyed it. What says you, Neil?
I agree. It's a popcorn movie. It's
Yeah.
just simple. Do you know what this is? This is on a hot day when you've got a couple hours to chill. It's like, oh, do you know the barbecue finishes at 4. I've got until 7 o'clock. Let me just quickly pop into a cinema, grab some popcorn, grab an ice cream, a drink, watch an hour and a half of nonsense, and then leave. It's not something you have to, as you said, it's not something you have to really think about. It's not something you have to really like dive deep. You don't have to analyze every single frame of footage to be like, okay, that is going to be important for the film that comes out in like 20, 30, 5 movies later. And it's like,
Yeah.
this is just a movie. If you, I don't recommend you do this, but if you you need to get up and go toilet midway through the film, you're going to come back and know what's going on. You're not going to
Hmm.
dramatic changes. And also, I think like this is a movie that speaks very much to like people who grew up loving kind of action films in like the 90s,
Yeah.
right? When it's just essentially it's you got a character, they roll into town, raise hell, and leave.
Save the day. Yeah.
Yeah, roll into town, raise hell, save the day, and head out. And
Mm.
it's the fact is that nobody to I mean, do you know what it is? I think for me, nobody to what I love about it is Hutch in this film specifically. He's like every dad of teenage children right now.
Hmm.
He's it's you see something happening and you're like, I know how I want to react to this,
Yep.
but I know I can't react to this. And it's like How much can you take before you react?
Yeah.
And I think I love that seeing him, and he was like, the moments like I don't know, this is spoilers, so you know when he's like after the incident in the arcade and he's leaving, and he's like,
Does what every dad would do.
he does what every single father would do, and he leaves, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, and then he's like, nah,
I'm gonna go back and whoop
I
some
gotta
ass.
do this.
Yeah. Is this kind of retired Jack Bauer meets John Wick meets,
Yeah,
all
this
the
is
kind of action, like you say, it's an old dude whooping ass, basically.
Yeah, this the thing is the funny thing about this is exactly this is what would happen if John Wick, if his wife didn't die, if this is John Wick with kids.
Yeah.
John Wick who really retires
Yeah.
and he has his wife, he has kids. This is what nobody is he's like, you know what? And it's the juxtaposition, I think the film that kind of showed me this juxtaposition the best ever was actually Kill Bill Volume 2.
I
Right?
love Kill
Yes.
Bill, by
You
the
see
way.
the Kill Bill poster there.
Love
It
Kill
was
Bill.
when we first meet Bud, right?
Hmm.
And he's working as like a bouncer in a strip club, and it's, the owner is talking the most amount of shit to him, and like the head stripper is talking the most amount of shit. And they're like, oh, you need to clean the toilet's backed up. There's shitty water on there. Can you mop it up? Oh, can you do this? And everybody's giving him lip. And you, as an audience, know, like, this guy killed people for a living. And you're just giving him lip, like nothing can happen to you. But they don't know.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
and I think one of the best ways I've ever seen this after that was is Nobody 2. Is this guy who's just like, even like we think back to Nobody 1, and it's, like I think it's his brother-in-law or his dad, and they look at him and they're like, you're not really a real man, you're just like you're just kind of coasting through life. You're not
Mm.
man, you're not that, you're just a regular guy. And they don't know that really and truly he's like,
A
if he
badass.
wanted to, they wouldn't exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different kind. Do you think it's a good way of movie making to say, look, not all action heroes have to be John Wick. Not all action heroes have to be these young fucking silent assassins. It's like, hey, look, let's make this old dude the main crux of it. And you've got Christopher Lloyd again coming back as his dad. Not as he's not as involved as he was in the first one.
Yeah.
But when you get to the end and they're at the part of the theme park and he's
Yeah, the water
fucking,
park.
but yeah. And then when you look at the cast, Sharon Stone
Yeah.
in
I
this
haven't
movie. So
seen
when
Aaron
you
Ages.
actually, yeah,
I didn't recognize her.
do you know what? I didn't know till I got out of the movie.
No, do you
I
know what it is? I didn't
genuinely
recognize her,
didn't
and it
know.
was my wife was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Sharon Stone," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Where?"
Yeah, I got in the car and I was like, oh, let
Mhm.
me. There's some like I was going IMDb. I thought, oh, let me just, and I was like, it's fucking Sharon Stone. She doesn't
Yeah,
do any. She doesn't do anything anymore. So they got Christopher Lloyd to come back. They got Sharon Stone in this movie. I mean,
yeah.
for a movie
They
that's
got
just
Colin. They got Tom Hanks's son.
you're like, what? This is a really. I don't know what the budget was on this movie, but to get Sharon Stone to come in it to get she played a great role as well, by the
Yeah.
way. But yeah, do you think it's a kind of good move that movie making can still say, hey, look, we can make these movies. There's this old dude. He's
Hmm.
just out here whooping ass. They're easily going to make Nobody 3 now, I'm going to guess. It's just like a little
Yeah.
franchise slash trilogy that's easy making and
Hmm.
just proves to everyone out there in movie land that, hey, look, you can still do a funny slash, like you said, a movie where you haven't got to really concentrate. Is it a
Hmm.
risk doing that, or is it something that movie fans like? Because every review I've read, everyone I've spoke to, obviously, we're sitting here chatting about it now.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I just like going to the cinema going, perfect, hour and a half, easy peasy. My brain doesn't hurt, and I haven't got to go out thinking, oh fucking hell, what's going to happen in the next one? Or I could make Nobody 3, and he'll do it. The thing is, he'll do exactly the same thing, and I'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
You know what? I think for me, I think these films are necessary.
Mm,
I don't even think it's a question of whether they can. I think they need to. You
mm.
need to have you. There's always like
Bring balance to the force.
yes, you do. You need palate cleansers. That's the best way I can describe it. Is you need palate cleansers. You need to be able to watch your MCU film, which is like the it's the third sequel of this franchise, but that's also makes it the 40 the 20th or the 32nd film in the entire franchise, but that's also the first film in the new phase. And it's like you have all of these things, and you're like, what does this mean? Is this connected to here, and that is connected to that, and what is that, and what is this? Sometimes you need a film to just be a film, to just be 90 minutes of entertainment, and you're done. And you
And it's
don't
a
need to.
storyline we've seen before. Bent
It's a
coffers,
story we've seen
drugs.
before,
Yeah.
you know. And the I think the really good thing about it is the problem is this. I hear what also the problem is. Every time we get archetype created in film, every film tries to keep that archetype.
Mm,
The one of the best ways I'll describe it is you had when we had the action hero archetype created, and it was your Arnold Schwarzenegger,
hmm.
right? You had Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then you had Sylvester Stallone, and they were these guys who were absolutely the peak of male physical fitness, ripped, muscular, had no problem looking amazing with their shirt off, running through a jungle or something, and you were like, "Wow, that's what
Action hero.
man is
Yeah.
supposed to be." And
Mm.
then we got Die Hard, and
Bruce in his
he's not.
vest.
It's a regular man in a vest, and it becomes that thing of like I'm never going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm never going to be in that shape. I'm never going to be like doing that action, right?
Don't know, bro. You spend a lot of time in the gym.
I do, but I could be John McClane. I could be just a very, somewhat an intelligent
I
man.
could just see you on a podcast one day. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, it's like you think the John McClane things. It's the beautiful thing about somebody like John McClane and in Die Hard movies is he's a regular guy. When things go wrong, he's talking to himself and he's cussing and he's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna do this? Oh yeah." I was like, "All I wanted to do was have a vacation. I just want, it's like the one of the
He's
probably
also the luckiest guy in the world. He's fallen off bloody out of buildings, sucking
yep
down lift shafts. He's
blown up
blowing up.
everything,
Yeah,
right?
he's the yeah. I get it.
Yeah. But you have, that the greatest moments in Die Hard for me is when he's in the elevator and he just says the lines like, "Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs," and he turns off the light. That is as normal man. That's as blue collar as they get.
When he's going through the
Yeah,
viaduct.
when he's
All I
going and
wanted
he's
was
like,
a
"Now I know what a
vacation.
TV dinner feels like."
Right?
That there, moments like that, absolutely beautiful, absolutely wonderful. And films like Nobody and Nobody 2 now, they do that. He's an old man. He's not in fantastic shape. He's not John Wick. He is, if you looked at a government agent, they're more likely going to look like Hutch than look
Mm.
like John Wick. And that is you're like, yeah, that's what I like. That's what I want. You need a normal person in this abnormal situation, so to speak.
And we kind of moved on from the quote unquote action hero. You mentioned
Absolutely
Arnie
not.
there. Have we do we still get them kind of
Yeah, we
movies?
still need them.
And then you get a sprinkling of Nobody too. You get Die Hard. Obviously, you've had Die Hard before, but you get what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
yeah.
Do we still get Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dwayne Johnson? Do we
Mhm.
get all these guys still? But then
You know
hey,
what?
every now
You
and again
still
you're like,
need them.
you need Nobody two to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's
You know what? We need both. You need, I'll tell you how it is. You need the eye candy action hero,
hmm.
right? For both men and women. You need the hero that is like men want to be him, women want to be with him. You need
Hmm.
that. That's where you get your
Yeah.
Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and your Michael B. Jordans and like your Arnold Schwarzeneggers and Dwayne Johnsons. You get that from those guys. But also you need your regular guy who the dad of a teenager who's clearly got the dad bod on him is like, this is my guy.
Mm.
This is who I could emulate because I'm never gonna be able to I'm never bench pressing 300 pounds. I'm not gonna be that guy, Arnie carrying a tree through the forest. I'm never gonna be that. I can be the guy who gets into a fight and just manages to win because he puts a stapler in somebody's eye. And then, when the fight's over, he's there breathing hard and he's like, oh fuck me, I gotta get back in the gym. This is getting
And
embarrassing.
you kind of get that sense from Nobody too. A lot of the time when he's whooping
You
ass,
do.
he's just like, fucking hell, I'm knackered. It's like
Yeah.
you can relate to a lot of people watching it going, oh man, that's my
Yeah.
dude.
Like the fight on the boat,
Mm,
right? That fight on the boat is hilarious because he's just simply he's like, guys, let's not do this. Please, let's not
mm,
do this. I am knackered. Let's not do this.
And it proves as well though that you can do action and comedy.
Yeah.
We mentioned on Marvelous Monday that we that come out this week that you
Yeah.
mentioned we've got Ant-Man coming up, and that was
Yeah.
Marvel going,
And
we're doing comedy now, and
yeah.
you've got this one going, hey, look, we can do action and we
And
can do
comedy.
comedy. It's a genre that everyone can just sit there and go, yeah, I have seen this storyline with the bank coppers and the drugs, etc. I've
Mm.
seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I'm still going to see it again, and we'll probably see it again in years to come. And Nobody 3 will probably come out, and it won't be
Mhm.
much different, but we're going to enjoy it. I mean, I
Yeah.
like the fact that I just went to this movie kind of walking in knowing, unless they were going to kill him off, which was never really going to happen.
Yeah.
And from the trailers, I kind of got that I was going to laugh. There was going to be
Hmm.
some kick-ass movie. He's going to be down and out in a little bit. And then fucking Christopher Lloyd turned up and fucking blew everyone to bits. And,
Yeah.
it was just a feel good. Sometimes we said at the start, sometimes you just need these movies. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not here to set billions of dollars in the.
No.
Do you think they go into these kind of movies with the intention of if they break even, great? But because even now, still people are like, "Oh, what's Nobody?" I never saw because I didn't see the first one coming. I just saw a
Mm.
trailer at the cinema. I went, "Oh, I've got Odie and Limitless. I'll go and see that on a Wednesday
Yeah.
afternoon when I was off work." And now I'm like, as soon as I saw, I didn't have a clue they were making the second one. I was
Mhm.
watching something, God knows how many months ago, at the beginning of
Yep.
the
And
year,
the trailer just came out. Yep.
and I
That.
was like, oh, I didn't even know it was in production. I didn't know they're making it. I didn't know that there was nothing. You didn't hear really anything about it.
Mhm.
And is that with these kind of movies how they want to be? They're kind of under the
Yeah.
radar, and then a trailer will pop up, and you'll be like, I can guarantee you, me and you will probably go to the cinema in February next year, and we'll be like, see the trailer for Nobody 3, and we'll be like, yeah, dude, it looks
Yeah.
cool.
Because
Is that
that's how things should be. If you think like if you think back to some of the best films you ever saw in your life, how many of them were just you sat down to watch a film in the cinema, the trailer came on and you were like, I'll have that.
best
And
one I
then
can testament to that?
Mhm.
Green Book. I just saw the trailer, I thought and it blew, and I thought, I'm gonna go and see that movie.
Mhm.
It's in my top 10.
You
I
know what it was for
absolutely
me?
and the Mule with Clint Eastwood,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
dude, that would just come out of nowhere. I just saw the
You know what
trailer
it was for
again,
me? The Raid.
unexpected movie.
I went to the cinema. I cannot remember. For the life of me, I can't tell you what I watched. I think I might have been watching like a Marvel movie.
Hmm.
My brain is telling me I was watching Thor, right? So I could be wrong. I think it might have been Thor 2. But I was sitting there ready to watch a film. This trailer came on, and all I knew was I was like, it's a bunch of cops. They're going into a building. Everybody's got guns, and the music is from Linkin Park. And I was like, sold.
Done.
Don't need to
Yeah.
know anything else about this movie. I'm gonna go and watch it. And when I
Mm.
saw it, turned out to be arguably one of the best action movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I've never
And
seen
that
it.
was
I
just,
need. I don't think
you
I've
know,
seen it.
yeah, and it was just that,
I'm gonna check it out. What's it on Netflix?
The Raid.
Hmm.
You've never seen The Raid?
No, breaking news. I've heard of
Wow.
it, never seen it. I'm gonna.
Right. Well,
As
I
soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna find it. I'm not doing
yes,
anything
find
today.
it. When you said about about possibly going to the cinema, no. Sit down, watch The Raid.
Don't go
Right?
to the cinema today.
Do
Okay.
not go to if you have the opportunity to watch The Raid, and do you know anything about The Raid
Buckle.
other than it exists?
No, I've heard of it. That's it.
Right, perfect. Okay, you can watch it on ITVX.
Oh, adverts. Oh, adverts. Oh, adverts. Oh,
Yeah,
adverts.
you can watch it on ITVX, or you can rent it from like Apple or Amazon
Okay.
Sky Store.
ITVX will do. I've got that. Okay.
I would, I would never recommend a movie more than The Raid.
All right. That's my
Yeah.
afternoon sorted. But
How are you with films with subtitles?
has it got is it not English?
It's not in English, but
No, no, I can, yeah, I can.
there are two versions. There is a version that is dubbed in English, and there
All
is a
right.
version that is in Indonesian, right?
Yeah, I'll be good.
Yeah, but
Okay. It's on the list. It's
all
on the
right.
list. And there are a million other 80s and 90s horror that you told me to watch that. all,
Yes.
we all going to be the same movie. But no, let's not get into that. So that's for Hot Take Friday
Right.
later in the week. But no, I really enjoyed this movie. Nobody 2.
Yes, so that.
We've mentioned it a few times. Do you think there'll be a Nobody 3? Easy peasy making, I reckon. Could somehow do it
You know
and
what?
end, have a little trilogy of it and send him off. This would be perfect if you actually do send him off into the sunset where he can
Yeah,
get
I
things
think
done.
because of the like the minor storylines regarding Nobody 2, I think it would be nice to have a Nobody 3 and then, like you say, send them off into the sunset.
Yeah, no, I hope they do. And again, I reckon me and you could be at a cinema in February, March next year, and the trailer pops up, and me and you'll be like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, there it is!" And yeah, we'll see it. But Neil, pleasure to sit down and do a little review. Like you say,
Hmm.
these are the kind of movies that you like. You don't have to break it down loads. You don't have to analyze it. It's just everyone go and watch Nobody 2. If you haven't seen the first one, definitely go and check out the first one because it sprung
Yes,
up on me.
absolutely.
Like Neil mentioned there, The Raid, The Mule as well. I mentioned there
Hmm.
briefly. Clint Eastwood was another one that it was the last movie that he ever directed. The Mule.
Hmm.
Yeah, and have you seen it? Great movie. Like great
I
movie.
haven't seen The Mule. I think
Oh,
I've.
dude, if I haven't seen The Raid, you need to go and see The Mule. And anyone
Yes,
who
I
hasn't
will
seen The
watch The
Green
Mule.
Book, go and see that because that's in my top 10. The Green Book was, I recommended that I come out of the cinema and I was texting so many people like, you need to see this movie. The Green Book and The Mule are absolutely movies that come from nowhere, weren't big productions, weren't on the backs of buses or on like
Yeah.
banners everywhere around London, etc., or wherever you live. Really, really good movies. But we are going to be back later this week. I'm going to slowly destroy myself by talking about 80s and 90s horror, and Neil is probably going to kill me because Hot Take
Hmm.
Friday will be back later this week. Well, funny enough,
Hmm.
on Friday. We have got our Marvelous Monday show out that you can check out now is the
Hmm.
Age of Ultron. We've got Ant-Man coming up next week. We've got some cool movies coming out over the next couple of weeks that we're going to sit down to. But I fly off to America this time next
Mm.
week. So we're going to put some content out. We're going to get some recorded. I am off to the good old US of A this time
Yes.
next week. I will be there. So
Hmm.
yeah, everyone make sure you go onto YouTube, check out Completed It podcast, like, subscribe, all that good jazz. But me, myself, Neil, Sash, maybe John, will get some content out for you later this week. But till next time, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe.
Feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of daily life? Struggling with anxiety, stress, depression, phobias, fears, or just trying to get yourself back again? Discover the transformative power of focused solution hypnotherapy and counseling. Through guided hypnotherapy, relaxation trance allows your subconscious mind to access your inner resources and strengths you didn't know you had. Book your free consultation today and let's start your journey together. For more information, please email Sharon at scm-therapy.me